You're listening to KFWB News Talk 980. My name is Les Brown. I'm Mrs. Baby Brown's baby boy. And I'd like to welcome you to our show on this beautiful Monday afternoon. Boy, is it gorgeous outside or what? It most certainly is. How was your weekend? I hope you had a great weekend. I had a great weekend. I met somebody fascinating this weekend. I met a lady this weekend. This is going to blow your mind. You won't believe this, and I would not have believed it had I not seen it. I met a lady this weekend. I was in Playa Vista, and she has a dog named Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi. Now, let me tell you why Chi-Chi is fascinating. Because Chi-Chi is deaf. Chi-Chi is deaf, and she's a Chi-Chi the Chihuahua. She's a chow chow dog. And you won't believe this. Susan has taught her dog sign language. Yep. She's taught her Chi-Chi, the Chihuahua, the chow chow, sign language. She gives a sign, and as a result of that sign, Chi-Chi will sit down, or when she's feeding Chi-Chi, she gives another sign and saying, like, that's it. That's the motion that she gives. And the dog reads the dog sign. I said, how long has Chi-Chi been deaf? And she said, about 2 years. I said, well, it's obvious the reason you want to do this, you want to be able to communicate with her. Yes. And I just took the time to teach her. Isn't that fascinating? Now, I felt so bad because I remember years ago trying to study sign language, and all I learned how to do is put up the sign that says, I love you. Okay, now I'm going back. I have to revisit that. I can't let a dog be able to read sign language, and I can't. Oh, my God. Oh, wait a minute. But you didn't turn on the radio to hear this. I'm sorry. I just couldn't sleep last night thinking about this. I couldn't sleep last night. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. I'll be better later on during the program. Listen to this. I'm so glad that you're with us because I want to engage you in conversation. And each week we have different stories and topics we pull out of the newspaper. And this is from the New York Times. And many of them are similar, but we like to get different views and different stories and different callers around sometimes similar topics. Now, listen to this. This is interesting and because there's a trend that's going on. More physicians are saying no to endless work days. I want to tell you about Kate DeWar. She grew up in a family which her father and grandfather were doctors. Now, Kate, she's 31. She'll be finishing her residency this summer. And unlike her dad and granddad, she will not be opening up a private medical practice. Kate will be working in an emergency room in a New York hospital. The reason? She does not want to work the same grueling hours her father and grandfather did. Kate wants to be home in time for her newborn twins. She wants to have a time to raise her family. She's willing to forego the independence, the income, the private practice, and focus more on having quality of life. Can you identify with this? Kate's decision is part of a larger trend. Many people are foregoing financial packages and tremendous income in order to have more time with the families. Many other young doctors are taking salary jobs, working fewer hours, often going part-time and even choosing specialties based on family reasons. They are deciding that the personal price of being at their patient's beck and call is too high. And there are a lot of people who are saying, you know what, as much as I love this particular job, I'm not willing to give 50, 60, or 70 hours of my life working on a job and taking work home and not be present, not being there for my spouse or for my family or for myself. So Kate says, look, I'm as committed to being a doctor as anyone. I went back to work 6 weeks after my boys were born. I love my job, but I was in tears walking out of the house that first day. I'm the mother of twins, and I want to be there to feed them, play games with them, or open presents with them on Christmas morning, or at least I want the option to do those things without fearing I'll be called back to the hospital. That's it. Now, that's the life of Kate DeWar, who's figured out what she wanted and decided to choose a different life than what was set out for her. What I want to know is, what decision have you made to make a path for yourself? Do you just live day to day, or have you made a choice in your job or your relationship to say, this is what I want? I remember reading something that said, getting what you want is successful, yes, but wanting what you get, that's wisdom. That's a whole different thing. That's a whole different proposition. You have what you say you wanted, but is that really what you want? You say, be careful what you ask for, because you just might get it. I want to hear from you. The number to call is 888-539-2980. The question is, do you live just day to day, or are you making a choice? Have you made a conscious choice to choose your family over your job or over your career? Have you decided to choose your relationship over the dollar, the prestige, the position? Have you done that? Want to hear from you? Call right now. The number to call is 888-539-2980. I'm making some major adjustments in my life, and part of my pulling back from speaking and doing this job right here, this is a part of that. This is a part of that whole process of my reinventing myself at this stage of my life. And I love the travel. And my oldest daughter, she's here with me. She's spending a week with me to 2 weeks. And then my second oldest son, and then one of my other kids, they're rotating, coming out to spend time with me. My grandchildren will be coming out. For once in all these years, I'm in one place. And I'm making a choice. Just got invited to speak in Nigeria, and just they're paying crazy money. And I said no, hung the phone up and cried. Oh my God. Oh yes, I know. But no. I love what I do. I love this. I love talking to you. I love hearing your voices. I love what I do, but I'm enjoying my children and being a grandfather and being in one place and training and developing other speakers, and I'm looking forward to having evenings of greatness here in LA, and I'm just enjoying this new invention of me. This is a new chapter in my life, and I'm loving it. I want to know, what kind of choices are you making? Are you ready to make another choice? Have you decided this is not enough? This really is not me. Or you decided to, you know what? I'm going to forego the money. My money is not what I want it to be, but the peace of mind I have being with my spouse, being with my children, having time for myself, that you can't put a price tag on that. The number to call is 888-539-2980. I want to hear from you. 888-539-2980. My name is Les Brown. You're listening to KFWB News Talk 980.